Okay, hey, this is Andrew again, and I'm bringing you another deck review. This next deck is Thomas March's Despot, and this one is Star Alliance, Saurian, and Brobnar. So what I'm looking for in the Brobnar is a bunch of board control and maybe some aember control as well. I'd really like. I had a deck that I opened a little while ago that was Pile of Skulls with some stuff in Saurian that worked really well with it. Wouldn't mind something like that again. I feel like those two houses combo nicely together. But yeah, hoping for board and aember control in Brobnar as well as in Saurian, and then in Saurian ways to turn that board control into a win and just really accelerate. And in Star Alliance, I'm hoping for some things that will accelerate my deck, as well as protect my board state. Maybe some good ward. There could be some decent capture in here, as well as plinky damage, and even a little bit of player control, where maybe with stealth mode I can prevent my opponent from playing actions or something like that. That really can close out games if your opponent can't play a key charge or some other important card. Alright. We should be starting with Brobnar here. Ooh, and this is one I haven't opened yet. This is a Barn Raising. It's a funny play on words because, you know, a barn raising, R-A-I-S-I-N-G, is where people in a community would get together and put a barn together to set up a family with a barn. But this one is burning your opponent's barns. So for the remainder of the turn, your opponent loses an aember each time a friendly creature fights. That is amazing aember control if it comes at the right time. It's a reverse war song, really. Cowfind is a 5-power giant with before fight, deal 2 damage to each neighbor of the creature Cowfind fights. Very nice. Aha, Ganger Chieftain, that's great. 5-power giant with play, you may ready and fight with a neighboring creature, like the Cowfind. That's cool. I would not mind getting more Ganger Chieftains here, but we did not. We got a Gron Ninetoes. This is a 5-power giant who gets +4 power while it's damaged. Importantly, if he just takes 5 damage right away, he'll die. If he takes 4 or less, he immediately becomes 9. And if you get him up to 8, he's still fine. Narp is an 8-power giant with 1 armor. Narp's neighbors cannot reap. Got to be careful where you put that thing. I'm not sad we only have 1. Narp, I heard somebody really bad-mouthing Narp, and I got a deck with 3 Narps. I was kind of sad about that, but I think 1 Narp is fine. It's a huge card. It's really strong. So I don't mind the 1 Narp. I think it's good. And don't forget, Narp itself can reap, so in some situations that might be the right play. Warrior's Refrain is an action with a bonus aember, and when you play it, you stun each creature with power 3 or lower, which is none of ours so far, and might be very few of ours in the long run. Flamewake Shaman is a 4-power human. When you play her, you deal 2 damage to a creature. I like that because it's just, there's not a lot of that sort of plinky direct damage board control in Brobnar, and so having a little bit there is nice. Ogopogo is a 6-power giant. After Ogopogo attacks and destroys a creature, you may deal 2 damage to a creature. A little more plinky damage, I don't mind that. Mega Grok, oh yes, that's good. Alright, so Mega Grok is a 7-power giant. When it fights, your opponent loses an aember. The 7-power just means it's more likely to survive the fight, and it's a real force for reckoning. On the battlefield. That is forced to reckon with on the battlefield. That's great. That means we're going to get a Grok's Brew. Ooh, we also got a Mega Gron Ninetoes. So this is a 7-power giant. Notice the previous one was 5. And look, we can see some of the difference in the art here. Are there much differences? Some of the other ones had definite differences. You can see, like, on the Mega, the spikes are a little bigger overall. His mace is a little gold, has more gold, and he has more accents, shiny stuff here. Yeah, definitely shinier on his little brooch there. Yeah, more, just he's a little blingier. And so instead of 5, he's 7 power. He's a giant, And same deal though, he gets +4 power while he's damaged. And I mean, he's very likely to survive the initial damage to jump up to 11 power. Wow. So then, of course, we get a Grok Sprue, which is an action with a bonus amber that gives a creature 2/+1 power counters, and then a Gron Sprue as well. And I just saw somebody claim that these have some art differences between them, and I am trying to play spot the difference here really quick. And to me, these look the same. So if you know of, how they're different, I am happy to hear from you on that. But to me, these look the same, which is fine. I don't mind these being the same. The blasters in Star Alliance all have little differences. I love this. This is a great Brobnar setup. I have some, repeatable board control with the Mega Grok that can potentially become 11 if I use both brews on it. Some good, a couple of plinky board control things, creatures that get bigger, stun small creatures, some fast play with Ganger Chieftain, and then barn raising to really turn all this board control into keeping my opponent's amber down. That could be pretty good. Alright, let's see what is in Saurian. Okay, start with the Broododon Auxiliary. It wouldn't be bad, if these are all kind of small, or big rather, especially in Saurian, because a card like Regrettable Meteor is going to kill all the dinosaurs anyway. Well, I guess it wouldn't kill Broododon Auxiliary except that it's power 6. But, anyway, I think, I wouldn't mind having all big creatures here to go with the Brobnar. So, Broododon Auxiliary is a 6 power beast with Taunt and Hazardous 2. That's nice. Chant of Hubris. Gain an amber, move an amber from a creature to another creature. Phalanx Strike, gain an amber, choose a creature, deal 1 to it for each friendly creature, and you may exalt a friendly creature to repeat the preceding effect. That is nice because we probably have a bunch of creatures on the board, so this should be doing big damage. Quester Jarda is a 3-power dinosaur politician with elusive. After it reaps, you may exalt it, and if you do, gain an extra amber. Trisaurian Legionary is a 5-power dinosaur soldier with 1 armor, taunt, and play ward a friendly creature. Nice. Exile. Gain an amber, give control of a friendly creature to your opponent. It'd be really nice here to get a creature that we can get. I mean, we have a couple ways to exalt a creature. We have Phalanx Strike. Chant of Hubris can move a creature from our side, or can, move amber from one creature to another. Maybe like we keep the Quester Jarda out a little bit, give it some exalt, make it bigger, and then suddenly exile it. That could be pretty good. 2 exiles, that's really interesting. Gargantodon is a 16-power beast that enters play stunned. It only deals 4 damage when fighting, but each amber that would be stolen is captured by a creature controlled by the active player instead. And so far we have no steal, so assuming we keep to that, this is going to be a really good card because it won't slow us down, but it'll protect us against steal on our opponent's side. Nice, 2 of those. These are just huge, right? Wow. Pterodactyl is a 12-power beast that also enters play stunned. It only deals 4 damage when fighting, but before it fights, you deal 4 damage to each neighbor of the creature it fights. That's huge. These are just so hard to get to actually use to fight because of entering play stunned, but if you do get to use it, it's very powerful. Oh, wow. The Callipygian Ideal. Well, that's going to make it harder to justify using Exile much. Yeah, that's interesting. So, So Callipygian Ideal is an upgrade. When you play it, you exalt the creature that you played on, and then that creature gains. You may spend amber on this creature as if it were in your pool. And imagine putting that on like the Gargantodon, right? You capture onto it, and then you can still steal off, spend off of it. That's great. Cincinnatus Rex is a 6-powered dinosaur soldier with 4 armor, and if there are no enemy creatures, you destroy it. So, it's going to die when there's no fight left. But after it fights, you may exalt it, and if you do, you ready each other friendly card. I mean, that's going to be amazing for board control, like ready, all these. And that could actually help you get these unstunned pretty quickly. So that's nice. All right, let's see what we got in Star Alliance. Start with a cloaking dongle. This will protect our board a little bit, which I don't know that we need to do. But it's an upgrade with a bonus aember, and this creature and each of its neighbors gains elusive. Calm Officer Kirby is a 3-power human with Play, Fight, Reap. You may play a non-Star Alliance artifact, upgrade, or action card this turn. And I think we had quite a bunch of those. Calipigian Ideal, 2 Exiles, Phalanx Strike, Chant, The Bruise, Warrior's Refrain, and Barn Raising. So we actually have a few that are good targets for that. Explo Rover is a 3-power robot with Skirmish. I would love it, and you can play it as an upgrade instead of a creature, and then it has the text, this creature gains Skirmish. I would love to put that onto, say, the Mega Groke. I mean, that's just amazing. 2 Explo Rovers, nice. First Officer Frayne is a 4-power human with Play, Fight, Reap. A friendly creature captures 1 aember. That is going to be really good with the Calipigian Ideal and the Exiles, because if we capture onto a friendly creature and then send it over to the other side, or we capture onto a friendly creature that can in turn be spent off of, that is excellent. Lieutenant Karkar, more taunt here, that's great. He's a 5-power alien hand-to-hand with taunt and hazardous 3. That is good. Medic Ingram, one of my favorite cards in Star Alliance. She's a 3-power human with Play, Fight, Reap. You may heal 3 damage from a creature and ward it. This is going to be really great for our big stuff. Tactical Officer Moon is a 4-power human with Assault 2, and when you play her, you can rearrange the creatures in a player's battle line. That could be nice with our 3 taunt effects here, as well as, sometimes your opponent's board is worth messing with. But I feel like our opponent isn't going to have a board most of the time, so we'll probably use this mostly on ourselves. Transporter Platform is an artifact with a bonus aember. When you can use it to return a friendly creature and each upgrade attached to it to your hand. Okay, yeah, that could be interesting. Forging an Alliance. Oh, that's pretty good. So this is an action with a bonus aember. When you play it, you forge a key at +7 current cost, reduced by 1 to a maximum of 6 for each house represented among cards in play. If your opponent has a board, then this could be in effect basically like a forge at current cost, right? Because you gain the amber and then you forge at +7. So effectively it's +6. And if you start with 6, then you reduce by 6 if there are enough creatures in play. In practice, I feel like we probably have enough board control here. It's very likely we're often going to be in a situation where it's -3 because we have 3 houses on our side of the board. If our opponent has artifacts, that'll help. So yeah, there's a decent chance this goes off for a pretty good deal. If we're playing +1, +2 to forge on the turn, that's great, and it's especially a great way to close out a game. And then we have, Special Agent Fingers. She's a 1-power elf thief with elusive and action steal 1. That's going to make the Gargantodons are a little bit counter synergistic with that, although I will say having the Calipigian Ideal makes it a little better. That actually makes it pretty good, because at that point, when we steal, we capture onto one of our creatures instead, and then we can spend off of there. The opponent can't even possibly steal or capture that back, so that's pretty good. And then finally we have Kirby's Blaster. This is an upgrade with a bonus aember, and the creature it's attached to gains Fight Reap. You may deal 2 damage to creature or attach Kirby's Blaster to Calm Officer Kirby, and after you attach the blaster to Kirby, you draw 2 cards. So that's a very nice effect, a little card acceleration there. And if we have this on, let's say, a Saurian creature, then when we reap and attach it to fight or reap and attach it to Kirby, we're going to draw 2 cards on the Saurian turn. So whenever it happens, you get those 2 cards, and it's a nice bonus. I feel like this deck has like solid stuff. What's the game plan here? I mean, in the Brobnar, we're just controlling the board super hard. Again, we have some amber control effects that I'm pretty excited about, In the Saurian, we have a lot more board control, some aember ramping, as well as aember control. Good anti-steel tech. I mean, this is great anti-steel tech, having 2 Gargantodons. And then the Callipygian Ideal to be able to spend off of a creature we've captured onto. That is fantastic. Rex gives us potentially a way to accelerate things a little bit, maybe get to unstun these guys a little faster, although he'll probably die in the end. And then on the Starlance side, I feel like we have really nice tools to protect our board state and mess with the opponent a little bit and maybe just forge out for the win. So yeah, I really like this deck. I think this has a strong potential. I'm excited to play it and mess around with it. I've been, I think I've heard some people badmouth the Brobnar in Worlds Collide, and I think they're just wrong. I think it's quite good if you get the right setups, the right number of NARPs, which is probably 0 or 1, and I think it just has a lot of potential. So I look forward to trying this out. You might see me trying it out. This is Thomas March's Despot, and good luck forging those keys.